Hello everybody and welcome to lesson 5 of this street dance styles unit. Now here is your starter task. So we have previously learned the style of hip hop and house. So if you draw out this table please, and you want to identify the differences between hip hop and house dance, and then a box at the bottom that shows the similarities. So what do both of these styles have in common? So pause the video now and take some time to work out and remember the differences and the similarities. Okay, so now you've completed the starter task, let's go on to an overview. So what we have previously learned, we have created our own choreography using house dance movements, and we are now looking at locking, so a brand new style we're going to look at today. So we're going to learn about how locking started, the history of it, and we're also going to learn the key locking movements. And then moving on to what we'll learn in the future, we will create our own locking choreography. Okay, today's lesson objectives. So we're going to gain knowledge of the origins and culture of locking. We're going to demonstrate isolation and strength when learning the locking moves. So two new GCSE physical skills that we're going to learn and hopefully demonstrate. Our extra challenge is to move in a stylistically accurate way. And our literacy focus is to use key dance terminology when describing characteristic features of locking. So let's learn about the history and the origins of locking. Locking began in 1970 and was created by Don Campbell. The original name was Campbell Locking, which then got shortened to locking. It came about from the funky chicken dance, to which Don then created the lock, which meant to freeze or to stop moving. Don was originally a soul-trained dancer and was often seen and heard on the dance floor and was followed by others wanting to learn his movements. Locking is performance orientated, often interacting with the audience by smiling or giving them a high five, and some moves are quite comical in their nature. A dancer who performs locking is called a locker. Lockers commonly use a distinctive dress style, such as colourful clothing with stripes and suspenders, and we can see that in the picture on the left. Locking was originally danced to traditional funk music, such as that produced or performed by James Brown. Funk music is still commonly favoured by locking dancers and is used by many in competitions. So I'd like you to pause the video now and writing 4 bullet points of what was most important to you from that piece of text, please. Okay, let's learn our new terminology. So we're going to start with isolation, which is a physical skill, and it is an independent movement of part of the body. And this is really important when you get to actually physically learn locking, because you will need this skill to perform the style of locking. It's really closely connected to this style. So if you think about isolation, it's that independent movement of a body part. So you can think about maybe just isolating the head and just turning the head side and then back. And that is isolation, when you're moving just one part of the body independently. The next skill that you're going to need is strength, which is also another physical skill. And to define strength, it is just simply muscular power. So you have to engage your muscles in order to get locking to look effective. So it's all about the isolation and using your strength as well. Okay, the locking steps. So we have the up lock, which is also known as the muscle man, the lock and stop, the wrist rolls, or can called twirls, points, pacing, which can be called punching as well, and claps. So this, hopefully the pictures can help you slightly, but we are now going to watch a locking tutorial that goes through all of these movements. And as you're watching, you're going to get up and physically feel and dance these movements. So the link for this locking tutorial is going to be under this YouTube video in the description, or your teacher would have put it in the MS Teams chat. So you need to now watch the locking tutorial, and then once you're done, come back to this video, please. Okay, so now we've experienced those movements just individually, we are now going to learn a locking phrase itself. So we are going to learn a locking phrase by this dancer called Bradley, who is part of ZooNation Dance Company. So the link again is going to be in the description of this video, and or it will be posted by your teacher in the MS Teams chat. So you now have the following amount of time to learn Bradley's locking phrase. Once you've done that, come back again onto this video to finish up the lesson. So pause this video now and go and learn the locking phrase. Okay, well done everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed Bradley's locking tutorial where you learnt that locking solo. So now we're just going to consolidate all of our knowledge and take part in this plenary quiz. So writing down 1 to 4, and pause the video now and make sure you've answered those questions. Once you've done that, you are doing the extra challenge and setting yourself a target. So think about what you can improve with your locking solo today. So is it that you needed to identify a bit more isolation in your body, or did you need a bit more muscular power, so you needed a bit more strength? Find out whatever your target is and write it down. And then after you've answered all 4 plenary quiz questions, set yourself a target. Go back to your MS Teams call where your teacher will go through the answers. Thank you everybody, and well done for today.